Hello Taurus, and welcome to your Astroflower reading. We're going to be going into the elements and qualities in this beginning part of the season of Aquarius and how the elements and qualities are going to be affecting you and your Astroflower. If you don't know much about the Astroflower, we do have links to introduction videos in the descriptive below, along with books that we've done for you guys, which came out today, I think. And also links to our sister channel, which is called Cymatic TV, which goes into the energy updates and helps to give clarity on the sort of energies that are coming through the universe, in the prana, in the streams of energies through the ley lines or the energy lines that go across the earth. Do go and have a look at that. They're very interesting. They help you to orientate your daily life in what you invest in your daily life in regards of emotional or your physical karmic paths. Okay, so as I said, we've just come into the first part of the season of Aquarius. So here is your petals, here's your flower. The flower of Taurus is in yellow, and the graded out is the energy coming in from Aquarius. They're mixing at the moment because we're in the start of Aquarius season, and we will be doing another video, an update on this in 2 weeks, where the actual two signs will be sitting squarely on top of one another. So let's just go through here, and we're going to go through the karmic paths according to your spirit, according to your physical side. You are in your first sign of autumn. So basically, this is equivalent of your birthday, according to your birthday. So 3 months before your birthday, let's just say you're born on the 24th of April. From the 24th of this month, the 24th of the beginning part of Aquarius, you might things start slowing down a little bit around you more than anything else. A little bit of things coming to fruition, fruits coming to the surface over what you've been working on over the last year. So that'd be good. And you've got to harvest those fruits, and you've got to let them roll out over your autumn period. But this is a period where, things start to slow down. So take a little bit of pressure off yourself. This is what it is for you guys, this beginning month and the season of Aquarius. So let's just go through your sign. You have the base of your petals. You have on petals 1 and petals 2, you have that fixed fire and fixed earth. The fixed fire comes from you, Taurus. Yes, that's right. Although you're an earth sign, you do have a base of fire, and that's that bull that can be in that China shop occasionally. With combining with that fixed earth of Leo that comes through. So, it's let's see what it has on the influences on the interior, which is the petal 2, which is your karmic path. On the spiritual front, you've got that cardinal earth from Cancer and that cardinal fire from Aries running through you. So you tend to be sort of on your karmic path on the spiritual front, it tends to be very directional. You know where you're going more often than not. Okay, so the influences that are actually applying to your sign at the moment is a fixed, sorry, I just had to look at it correctly, fixed fire on fixed fire. So your passions in the spiritual sense, this is what the messages come from the universe. It should be really constant at the moment. It's almost as if like changing between gears. So you're using the flow of life already that's coming through you, or you've been living. So that should sort of help you to sort of ease your way through at the moment. The universe is just sort of saying, easy does it, easy does it. And underneath that fixed earth, you have that cardinal water as well. So it's preparing that autumn period in the last 2 months where we examine the physical side of our karmic path and the spiritual side of our karmic path. On your karmic path, on your spiritual side, you have your cardinal earth trined by mutable air of Sagittarius. So, this is this whole getting the fruits out, so you're getting a good assessment of how the season's been, how this year has been for you, as you come towards your birthday. So you may get ideas coming through that sort of front. And you have your cardinal fire of yourself confronted with cardinal fire of Aquarius, and they're going in opposite directions. They almost cancel themselves out at the moment. So there's not much work to be done on the karmic path on the spiritual sort of sense. Just above that in petal 5, you have that crossing point of cardinal earth and cardinal water of Capricorn combined with the cardinal fire of Aries. Now that's sort of saying you still have enough passions, you have the fuel for your passions and stuff like that. And just be wary of your emotions coming up to the surface, and that may be that idea of you just being, you might feel a little bit drained occasionally. You're going to feel that a lot more in the season of Aries and the season of Pisces, but we'll go into that in future. If you subscribe and click the bell, you'll get notifications on the videos of that in the future. And it's sort of so you've got that, the base of it, you've got that earth and fire, which is really great. You got on the surface, you've got that water and earth, which is good for sort of being very productive on a spiritual sort of sense and giving you concrete sort of ways of being on a spiritual sense. And it's sort of saying with that mixture of that similar sort of crossing point, which you do have, it's the same sort of crossing point as far as I can see on that point, and it's going to be reiterating what you've been doing already. So in the spiritual sort of side of things, it's waiting for that journey to happen, and it's giving you a lot more clarity this year on your spirit, and we saw that in your yearly readings, on your tarot readings. So at the moment, on your karmic path, on your spiritual karmic path, and how the guides are trying to help you, is that there's sort of saying, on the spiritual front or the emotional front and stuff like that, maybe just time to put things on free flow. It's okay. You just let it roll. Above that on petal 8, this is where your guides help you emotionally or on your spiritual karmic path, but on your subconscious rather than your super subconscious. Sitting underneath, right in the middle of that petal, you have that crossing point of earth and water. So it's pretty productive still. It's pushing up and pushing through. But that conflictual water and fire at the base of your petal there might be a little bit more sort of concerning if you get carried away with yourself. It may make you feel a little bit more sort of tired emotionally and stuff like that. So try not to get too involved in the emotional world. Just enjoy the vista that is around you. That's really important, at this present time for this month. Yeah, and it should sort of help you sort of to get those fruits in of what you've had over the last year before your birthday, and start benefiting from that. So enjoying the fruits of your labor. Okay, on your karmic path on the material side, so that's petals 3 and petals 4. That's at the base of this your flower. You have your mutable water with your mutable fire, and your fixed water with your fixed fire on that side. So with all fixed signs, it's split between two elements on both sides, and this is being tried with mutable. It's not being tried really, because you're getting a fixed side, not mutable. You're getting fixed water on petal 3, and cardinal air on your fixed fire. So the universe is sort of saying, okay, yeah, it's now time to relax and enjoy your fruits of your labor, that's for sure. But don't forget about keep moving on. Steady as it goes. Steady that ship. Keep it going on. And it sometimes it can be a long haul, so do make sure you get a lot of respite and that sort of thing in the material sort of sense. On your actual karmic path on the material side, with that mutable water and that mutable fire, that fire is being nicely steadied, as it were, by that fixed air that's playing through you, and that mutable water is straight onto mutable water. How could you ask for better? It's keeping you up and keeping you constant, basically, at the moment on your path. So basically, anything that you've been doing over the past year, continue it, follow it right through to the end, and allow that to flow through your autumn, which is you're in the process of. You're going into your autumn period. Like any tree, it drops its fruit at the end of autumn, so then it's ready for new shoots to come up the following year, and that's what it should be doing as your sap, as it were, starts going back down inside yourself, and the leaves start going brown, stuff like that. And above that, in petal, so it's asking you to, in your karmic path, to just remain constant. On your petal 7, which is where it's your super subconscious, how your guides help you create those coincidences around you. And this is the thing with Aquarius. You get that fixed air combination with fixed water combination, and it's on your physical side. So it's asking you to be sort of squared off and clear in your thinking, clear in your emotions, according to your physical or your physical karmic path. So that's according to your jobs, your projects, and everything like that, and your businesses. But you've got running through you as well that sometimes tricky energy of combined mutable fire and water, which can be very conflictual, and it can create a little bit sparks as it does. But on the outside, you've got that fixed fire, fixed water and fixed earth of your good selves. So it's that constant that's coming back through. And above that, so this is where your subconscious comes into it, and your guides help you on a subconscious level. So they're actually guiding that little voice within you. You have that a mixture of cardinal air on mutable fire. That's the influence from Aquarius on you at the moment. It's right in the middle of that petal as well. And you have that cardinal fire that comes into you, so you're constantly bringing things in from the outside world. And it's sort of saying, with that mixture of that mutable water and air at the base of this petal, it's sort of saying to you, allow the world to provide that passion for you for a little bit. Don't go looking for it too much. Don't block it either. Might be a moment just to sort of turn around and go, yeah, what the hell? Someone's invited me to go fishing this weekend. Not really my thing, you might think. And kind of go, yeah, I'm going to go fishing, or just go out on the boat or something like that. Do something that could be slightly off the wall, just to give you a new perspective and a new idea of things, so you don't get too hung up on what you should be doing, physically in the karmic world. So you don't get your head down too much, and like Taurus can do sometimes when they work and everything like that, and they keep their head down, they drive through. They're really good like that, very reliable sign. And it's sort of saying, allow the universe to sort of provide distractions a little bit for you. Okay, so how these two sort of paths come together in petal 10, which is at the top of your flower, the top of your flower, you have that cardinal earth and the fixed air. So the cardinal earth is coming from Capricorn, and the fixed air is coming from Aquarius. And it's sort of saying, as it's okay to push, on life, push out there what you want, and it should be pure happiness if you've seen your yearly readings, which will tend to kick in really from your birthday. But it's sort of saying, it's okay to, if you know what you want there, you can push out to the outside world in the material sense and get it. Because you have that doubled up with that, your fixed earth, and underneath you have that cardinal fire with that mutable air, which is going to give you all those sort of passions and stuff like that. So, it's, the accumulation of the two is that free flow that you allow your spirit to just let it flow through, and don't get attached to anything really at the moment, just more sort of celebration of what's happened over the last year. And allow the universe to provide those sort of passions and distractions for you. And it's sort of saying, those passions that you have within yourself, just let them produce that fixed earth. Let that produce that those real sort of solid moments in your life. And you should really be, you should really feel like it's a good time of the year for you, like any time of like sort of September in the summer in the Northern Hemisphere. You just enjoy those lazy days of a little bit like spring, but a little bit more sort of relaxed, especially because you're only in the first month of your autumn. So in petal 6, you've got that mixture of that, again, of that water and fire. It's like maybe causing a little bit of conflict within yourself, but it's the first assessment of what you've done over the last year, assessing how you've done things, what you've done, etc. Not really moving on to what you want to do, but just certainly going through and how that last year has been and stuff like that. And that cardinal fire will bring in that passion for understanding your side of what you've done over the past year, in which you can be very fruitful, and it always comes from you with that mutable water and that cardinal earth at the base of that. So for you, it should be a good moment. There's been coronal holes that come through, which we've cited, which I haven't, which was in the energy update. There is a solar flare that's coming through probably on Wednesday as well. So that's going to try a little bit of that air, and that's going to ask you to be a little bit more fixed. But if you want to know more about that, you should really get over to Cymatic TV. Subscribe over there so you can get the energy updates and on a regular basis, which we now start doing more than probably once a week. We've been doing it regularly. So it's, you may feel a little bit of tug inside you, a bit of a conflict with inside you at the moment. Wanting to get on, but the universe will slow you down if you try and go too fast. Okay, so take it easy. Really do enjoy your life, and really do get involved with your body. Enjoy your body. To enjoy your body needs a bit of love and care. So I hope this has helped you, Taurus, to orientate yourself and to sort of focus on the things of life that is going to bring out the best in you, and helps you to strengthen all your weaknesses. Don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.